Danny and Joe.
Joe
How
and
are
Danny.
you?
The boys.
The boys.
The 52 Hervey Street boys.
Yeah. AKA the Gary boys.
The Gary boys.
Gary
Even though we
lads.
haven't been yet since...
6 months.
Yeah,
7 months.
Yeah.
we're slipping. We're falling off. We need to sort our shit out.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I agree actually.
It's so shit.
3 messes.
Wait, are we allowed to swear?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Cool.
can't
I was about to
swear.
say, I was
That's
literally about to say.
ridiculous.
No, I was going to say, because, I don't know. This is literally like the first podcast, or anything that I've literally been invited to, so thanks, Joe.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Plus one.
Welcome to it. Yeah. Joyce, the professional.
The professional.
Have you been on our podcast?
No.
Whose?
I said no.
Yeah. I know you're lying, so
Yeah.
tell
We'll
me.
find it.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you might as well tell us and get it out there, Joe.
I'm just going to go on your competition. I'll go on the Zims.
Sim's not my competition. Although I invited him on this one, and he hasn't invited me on his yet,
Oh,
so...
is it?
That's
Yeah.
beef, the podcast beef.
Yeah, I know. What's going on there is he's got a lot to answer for. But yeah. Anyway, what you guys been up to? I ain't seen you in fucking ages, because we haven't been in the same room at uni.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, Danny's like sexual adventure. That's,
Amazing. Thanks for atting me. No, I've just been doubting about
Have you now?
making love.
Talking about favourite colours,
Yeah.
deep
So-
conversations.
Basically, some people in this world are so boring, and then there's some people in this world who deserve all my love and affection, but they'll never get it because they'll never give me a chance. So
That sounds like some incel shit.
That's how it goes, man. You win some, you lose
what
some.
about you, Joe?
How's your sex life?
This is gonna be so hard for me because I'm gonna have to say Joe, Wesley,
Oh yeah,
and
it's two Joes. We didn't think about this.
Yeah.
We're down to break it up at least. It would have been really awkward if it was just Joe and Joe.
I'm just calling you John, the better Joe.
Which one's the better Joe?
You two can fight for that title.
100 games. UFC.
Wait, we solved this system because you referred to me as Wezzers.
Oh yeah,
So
I'll just say
we
Wezzers
we
then.
resolved this like 6 months ago.
Alright.
Anyway.
What as it is. Yeah, I've just been making music, DJing, exercise.
Yeah.
You know, Joe.
So you're preparing for your next sex vacation. Gearing up.
For life, mate.
You have been doing so much exercise recently, though.
Yeah, not in the past 2 weeks, but the past few
Prior to
days
that.
and before it, quite a bit.
Why? Just something to do.
Yeah, a
Fairs.
bit of exercise.
Yeah.
Corona, not repellent, but less likely to kill me as well.
Why, if you do exercise?
Mm.
Yeah.
I might start doing
Kills
something.
Sit up.
Just make it a workout podcast. We'll do a whole home
Wow.
gym situation.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Got a skipping rope coming on the way.
Wait, why have you got a skipping rope going?
Good cardio, mate.
Oh,
Research
fair
has shown 10 minutes on a skipping rope is equal to a 30-minute jog.
Damn. So everyone's wasting their time running.
Yeah.
I would
Usain
advise
Bolt
skipping
could
rope.
be more ripped just on a skipping rope.
But he's too lazy to.
Yeah.
He's wasting his potential.
Wasting
by-
his
Do you-
time.
Did you know Usain Bolt ate chicken nuggets the day before he broke the world record? That's a cool fact, don't you think? Yeah.
Nice.
That
Nice.
is I wonder why.
She's probably bored.
I think it's a sponsor.
Yeah.
Could be.
I
A bit of an interesting sponsorship though.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Sponsors the Olympics.
No, wait, so McDonald's do sponsor like
They
sports
do
stuff,
sponsor
though.
like little sports teams like not five sides, but like
How?
Sunday League, I think.
Because it's,
Just money.
food is fuel, So
I mean, it doesn't make
Yes.
sense,
eat McDonald's,
but
win a sprint.
considering
It's a simple
Happened to
equation.
Usain Bolt, so
Yeah, exactly. If it
Happens
works
to
for him,
him.
it'll work for anyone, I have no plan for this podcast at all. I'm still recovering from being in Cornwall all weekend.
Why were you in Cornwall?
yeah.
Well, I'm not really sure.
You were just lost.
On the wrong train, no. I was going to go shoot stuff, but I booked it that long ago that, basically by the time I got there, I was like, my project's kind of different now. So I kind of shot stuff out with some friends and stuff, went skating, snapped my skateboard. That sucked, but, shit happens. It's a cool skate park, though, while it lasted. And then, yeah, I had a sexual experience of my own actually.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, don't get too excited. I basically just got groped by some dude.
Oh, girl.
No, it was
That's
severely
a good time.
disappointed. No, I was just sitting there, right, and I was like, not like passed out drunk, but not like
Right, this
tipsy,
is
but like
going to take a weird turn.
yeah, no, it was a weird turn. No, it was just right. So I was just sitting there, right, and somehow like, how many people were there? Let's say for the record, there was 6.
Of course there was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
For the record.
No more than 6.
No more.
Yeah.
All 2 meters apart,
But yeah,
of course.
so it started off that I was on one side of the room, this guy was on the other. I didn't speak to him directly, like, at all.
Yeah.
It was like, you know when you're at, like, a small gathering of 6,
Yeah.
no one really talks directly to anyone. Or at least I don't, I just shout over the top of people until, you know.
Someone hears you.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but somehow it just slowly, like, split out, you know, boys and girls. Then all of a sudden, I think I did a thing where, you know, where you blink and 20 minutes disappear. And I'm like, oh, where's everyone gone? And then I'm just like, oh, I can feel something on my leg, right?
Oh
It
my
was just
god.
This guy, like this guy's hand just doing the dying fly against my leg. So he'd obviously, like, you know, built up the courage to actually start grabbing me, and then got, like, somewhat excited, and then was, like, jittering like he drank, like, 6 pots of coffee. And I was like, hang on a minute, this is, like, full on, like, skin-on-skin contact. And I was like, what the hell's going on? Because I was like, I'm not wearing shorts, but I had, like, a hole in the side of my jeans, and he just, like, jammed his hand.
Why does that make it so much
Yeah,
worse?
exactly. And I was like, what the I was like, oh my god. And then I had to do that thing you can't, like, react immediately, because I was like, maybe I'm just imagining this shit. Like, because I'm drunk and, like, you're sort of numb, so you have to think about it, and I'm like, no, there's someone's hand down there. Okay. So I messaged my friend, like, are the train's still running? Because I was, like, a stopover where I was staying.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, no, she came back into the room, and she's like, no, it's fine, like, my other 2 friends are getting a taxi, go back with them. And I'm like, okay, no rush. Like, so I'm like, okay, new plan, go to the bathroom and just hide in there. You can't get me. So I just went to the bathroom, and then, you know, I'm drunk, so I had to go. Went to the toilet, and then, like, by that time, just forgot the whole thing happened. So the next thing I know, I'm back in the room, and everyone's back in there. I'm like, where were you guys freaking half an hour ago? But the guy's, like, awkwardly being like, I'm going to go to bed, because obviously he probably felt bad about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then he disappeared. And then, you know...
As you would.
Yeah. And then whenever shit happens to you, you have to, like, be like, what did I do wrong? You know? what did I do that meant I just, like, caused this? And then we were playing some drinking game. Don't really remember what drinking game. But then I was like, oh shit, he asked me at some point, was like, fuck, marry, kill. And it was two girls and then a guy. And I'm like... and I think just, like, on like... I think I had a bit in mind when I started it, because I was like, oh, I'd marry, like, the guy. Whatever, I said his name, but I'm not going to say his name now. I don't want to out anyone.
We'll say Charlie.
Yeah, I was like, oh, obviously I'd marry Charlie, and then, like, forgot the bits, and I was like, fuck, now I'm stuck, and now I have to, you know, like, figure out the other 2. So I ended up going back on it to get out of it. But I think that, like, you know, I don't know whether I give off a vibe as it is, you know. I don't know how I could, you know, send any sort of mixed messages, you know, at all. But yeah, I think that tipped him off, and I was like, you know.
To be fair, a lot of that happens to me as well. A lot of girls, like, come up to me and be like, are you gay? And I'm like, no. Like,
really?
Yeah.
And then you're like, what's your favourite colour?
Well, yeah,
And then
exactly.
it's on.
And then I said pink, and I'm like, oh, he must be gay.
I do like pink, to be fair.
No, pink is a nice colour.
I hate it.
I also have a groping story.
Ooh.
It's quite a while back now,
Mm.
because it's obviously lockdown. And me and my mate were going to a club in London, techno, as per.
Mm.
And bouncer, you never normally just put your arms up, check yourself. He told us to put our arms up, hand straight on my genitals.
Oh my god.
And he literally squeezed, and he did the same to my mate, and we were just like, what the fuck? And I just said, at least buy me a drink first, mate. And he was just like, go in. So he just went in. I was just like, that is weird. That is creepy.
Maybe
It's in East London. I'm not going to name it.
What did he look like?
it's a flash. It's a blur.
Do you fancy him?
No.
Did he fancy you? He must have
I
done.
hope not.
It's like in Come Fly With Me when he's like checking everyone.
Oh yeah. Do you work here?
But
yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. At least he was doing his job right though.
I mean, I
It
wasn't
would have
hiding.
been worse if you were sneaking in like a gun or something and you didn't find it.
Do you reckon he just thought something was down there? It was just
Yeah.
like, gun.
Yeah, he took one look and he said, serial killer.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
There's something down there, mate. I can see it. I swear. It's like he's seen that
I'm just
video.
pleased to see you.
He's seen that video, like, I think it's like an American police officer, and he's just like, what's this? And he's like, that's my penis. When he's searching it. That was similar vibes, wasn't it?
So Danny, any molestation stories of yours? Got any to add? Since we're all
What if I've just been inappropriately touched in public
Mm-hmm.
by
or in
anyone?
private. Anyway,
Um,
you know.
I mean, there was this one girl. This goes back to like my.
This doesn't seem fair, Joe. We keep getting touched by men.
Oh no, I've
Danny
got
gets-
some girl stories.
It's because all the girls think I'm gay, so that's why.
They just grope you.
No, I was in Leeds at this house party, and
This was pre-COVID.
yeah,
Mm.
we'll say that. And
Brilliant.
no, I'm joking. And I was sat on this like chair, like drunk as fuck. Like I wasn't like really speaking to anyone. I was just like, I'm so drunk I cannot like cope to it like anything. And this girl came up to me, sat in between my legs and started like rubbing my legs like with both her hands like on both my legs, and she was like asking me, she was like, are you single? Are you gay? Like really like asking me questions like really quickly,
Maybe
like,
she was just
are
trying
you
to warm
single? Are
you
you
up.
gay? Like
Wait, she was like, you were sat on the chair and she was sat in front of you.
yeah, like between my legs, like on her knees. It was so weird. And she was like, yeah, are you single? Are you gay? And I was like, yeah, I'm single, I'm not gay, like, what do you want? And then someone told me that she had a boyfriend and he was there and he was stood right behind her. So I was literally just like,
Help.
please leave me alone. And then apparently, yeah, I found out that this girl was like fucked off her head on like MDMA.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So
Hell of a drug.
yeah, and she was like going crazy with like every guy there.
Nice.
So yeah,
She got off lucky then, by the
Yeah.
sound of it.
I got her Instagram though.
Oh,
So
fair enough.
Got a follower.
Yeah.
yeah, got a follower out of it.
Yeah. On which count? Your normal one or the photographer one?
Both actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's game.
Yeah.
Put that in your professional development module. Richard will be well impressed.
Yeah, but the whole story.
Girl groped me. Got Instagram.
Yeah, she had a boyfriend, so I had to
Paid
sell. Yeah,
To sell. Amazing.
I think it's ever since I've dyed my hair though.
Wait, you dyed your hair?
Well, I bleached it.
What was that?
Speak.
On the drums. Yeah, I bleached it, but like it kind of looks natural.
Mm.
But you can
Did
tell.
Wait, did you bleach it during uni or before?
During.
First year.
Yeah, I bleached it. I bleached it every year, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
every year since I've been. I only do it once though,
Oh, fair enough.
but it
Mm.
lasts like a whole year pretty much.
Mm.
But like you'll see in like some pictures of me, like some of my hair's like really dark, and then all of a sudden it just gets really bright again, and then it gets like it like fades back to dark.
Fair enough. Didn't Tom do that as well? I
Yeah.
swear Tom used to have brown hair.
Yeah,
at
he
some
did,
point,
and
but
then
it seems
he
weird
bleached
now.
it. I remember when he came in, I was just like, what the hell?
What's going on?
It's a trend though, isn't it? Last year anyway.
And Will.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Will
God.
Push did it.
Everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
Well, except me and Joe.
You should do it.
No.
Yeah.
Why not?
I like my brown hair.
You should just get like a blonde stripe down the middle.
The mohawk.
A racing stripe. That would be perfect for when you go to car meets to shoot photos.
Yeah, you look so cool.
Yeah.
It also makes me
Blended.
quicker when I'm
What are the
sprinting.
people like there?
It depends. You got you sort of middle-aged dads with sort of the Japanese import cars, modified, nice ones.
Are
nice
they like
cars.
mad cars?
Yeah,
Like crazy rare? Are they like rare cars?
yeah, some of them. Or they've got like old English cars as well, like old Jags and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got another side of people which just it's basically they just drive shit boxes. But they know
what you turn up in.
they know it's a shit box, and they're the ones that like do burnouts and
What's a burnout?
basically you're stationary, and then you throttle it, and the back wheels are spinning, and smoke comes from it.
Alright.
Just basically burning the tyres out.
It's just not good for the car at all.
It's funny, though.
Funny. Banter.
It looks cool. But yeah, they're the ones doing like the burnouts and stuff. In America, they've got a lot of people in like really nice cars, like hooning around, like doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine the ones in America just like silly muscle cars.
But mostly here it's like modified Ford Fiestas with pop and bang maps and Vauxhall Astras.
Wee.
The lads.
Ladies.
But yeah, documenting that for this project, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
No matter what, mate.
Well,
What
like you're sort of committed now. Now you've done like how much you've done already for it.
Yeah.
Do the writing.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Hate the
That's the bit
writing.
we
The
look
writing
forward
is
to.
the writing is the worst
Worst
part.
How's your project going, Danny?
I mean,
If at all.
my project's like, I'm gonna do like psychedelic world kind of, just like, kind of show how much like the world is actually kind of psychedelic, if you just look at things close enough.
Fair enough.
Like, if you could literally just look at like anything right now, and like even like that radio, like, just that looks fucking weird. Do you not think? Like, it just looks like weird and bumpy, like waves. And I just like kind of wanted to like explain that.
Yeah, fair enough. I kind of relate to that because I want my one to be like the end project mine to just look like a bad trip.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I kind of want it to look like as well.
Fair enough.
But
And didn't you do that last year with the video thing? It was sort of I can't really remember.
yeah, I got Joe to pretend that he was on LSD or something. But yeah, I started experimenting with like just like colours and stuff like that, but I think it's too forced. So I'm gonna try and make it look a bit more natural, psychedelic. But yeah,
Camera tricks. How long have you guys been shooting, by the way? Did you start when you started uni, or was it before?
What?
Like taking photos, not like bang bang shooting.
Oh. Yeah. What, as in like before uni? How long have I been doing photography?
Yeah, because I didn't realise because there was a few people on my
years.
course who like literally started
Yeah,
when
I've
they
been
started
doing
uni.
it. I feel like I've been doing it since I was like 13. Because I got into photography like, basically my mum used to like, I used to go on holiday with like my parents, and then my mum would like bring like a really fancy camera, and then she'd like let me use it, and that just got me into it.
Fair enough.
So
I was about...
shout out my mum.
Basically, I did mechanics at college. I was going to become a mechanic, then I did photography because I took a few phone photos and thought, that's alright.
Because you got one of those fancy phones.
I had one of them Nokia 1080s, 1020s, something like that. And it had like, it's one of them ones with like a 40 megapixel camera in it.
It's like a proper camera phone.
Yeah, it's a camera phone. So I took a few photos and I was like, oh, alright. And I did photography, and I did that for a year, and somehow managed to wiggle myself onto a university course. And
The hustle.
And then I chose Northampton.
I always hate how like phone adverts, they always like make out like the phone's camera's like amazing.
This one was amazing, though. No, it was.
Are you sponsored by them?
It had a proper xenon flash on it as well. It was completely light up a room. No LED bullshit. This was xenon, mate.
Oh, Xenol.
Ooh,
That's
xenon.
fancy.
Xenon.
Yeah, xenon.
Xenon.
But yeah, it's mad.
God. Like the lights in GTA you can buy for your car.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
$500, mate.
A worthy investment every time. God, but yeah, I want to.
How much are they? Xenon lights.
What, for like a normal
Just
car?
a normal light.
They're not that much.
I'm gonna quickly Google
They're
it.
not that much. I think you can get them for like 40 quid
Xenon. Xenon light.
What, for a car or
for a car.
Oh, well, I thought they were like actually like expensive.
Well, they are if you want. It depends on your
Oh, it's
headlights.
car price.
Oh, right.
It depends on your headlights. Depends how many you want,
Oh, fair enough.
and it depends how long you want them to last and how
Right.
bright you want them as well.
I want bright as hell. I want to blind everyone. I don't even want to see the road. I just want to see white in front of me when I'm driving. That's the ideal.
Oh, the bulbs aren't even that expensive.
Yeah.
They're like £6.
Mm.
I thought they were gonna be like hundreds.
Yeah.
Nah. If you get them from a manufacturer, they'll be well expensive, but there's no point.
Fair enough, to be
It's
honest.
kind of crazy.
Do you know how to drive? Is it?
Yeah, I've got a license.
Oh, so it's just, yeah, I was just wondering.
Oh yeah, bring it up again. Danny can't drive. Honestly, I get this daily. Like they'll just always just make jokes about me. Like, oh, you can't drive.
Why can't you drive?
I can drive. I'm just not legally allowed to
Oh, right.
because I don't have a license.
Ah.
So yeah. No, I've done lessons.
Mm.
And I was going to do my test, but then Corona happened.
Fair enough.
So now I'm going to have to probably do my theory again and do lessons again and then do my test again.
Great.
Not gonna lie, I actually hated doing driving stuff.
So
It made me want to blow my brains out. So
See,
have fun doing that.
See, I really want to drive. That's the thing, but I've never got around to doing it. Just because it's not like, because I live in Leeds, it's not like that important.
Yeah.
Because you can just get a bus everywhere, and that's fine.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever parallel parked in my life.
God.
I'm not even joking.
Wait, not even when you were learning?
Actually, when I was learning, I didn't do it on my test, and I haven't done it since.
Which maneuver did you have to do on your test?
It was reversed around the corner, and somehow I managed to do it. But I don't know how. And also, I failed the park at the end, but it was just like, oh, it's over anyway. So I was like, sick. I'll take that.
My driver instructor was so weird as well.
They're all weird. I've never met a normal driving instructor.
Oh my god, this guy. So we'd be driving down the road and he would just like look at me and just be like, do you mind if I like light the cigarette? And I was just like, what? I'm just trying to drive.
Peep show.
I'm literally just trying to drive and this guy's smoking and he used to cough so much he would be like, it would like to the point where it just sounded like he was going to throw up.
Jeez.
He was like going like, as I'm trying to drive down this road.
I'm glad you didn't get him in Corona times then, because that would have made you shit yourself.
Honestly, he's probably dead now. Like his lungs are so fucked. If he caught Corona, he's dead.
That's mad. That is so like unprofessional.
Yeah.
Smoking.
Wait, it got worse, and then he would be like, "Oh, can you just pull up here? I need to go for a piss." And like, get out of the car, go like into a bush, have a piss, and then come back.
How much did you pay him?
I can't. I don't know.
Too much.
Too much. Yeah.
Any amount of money. No, my first driving instructor, right, the first time I'd ever got in a car, she didn't even do like, I didn't realise it was normal, right, when you first have a driving lesson, they'll take you somewhere like a car park or something.
Yeah.
Because my driving instructor was just like, get in the driver's seat, and then we went along the road, First Junction, which is like, so you know the big roundabout near the uni?
Mhm.
I used to live like around the corner from there, so it was like a 40-mile-an-hour hill, like, down that my, like, road went into, so that was the like literally drove for 2 seconds and it was like, okay, turn right here.
Oh my god.
But literally as she said turn right, she literally like pointed left with her hand and I was like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, I was like,
is this your first lesson?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Normally they take you to like a countryside road or something.
Yeah.
To be fair, my first one, it wasn't with this guy, it was another guy, but basically he took me out for a drive. And I was driving, and he just sent me on this main road. I'd never driven a car ever, and I was on this main road, and he was just like telling me to do all this like random stuff, and he was like having a go at me for like stalling the car. And like,
Jesus,
I was like, come on, I've never driven a car in my life.
Yeah, I was kind of lucky to be fair, because I've been driving since I was like 13, so on private land, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
When did you pass? How old were you when you got your driving license?
I think I was 18 or 19.
Yeah.
I think I was 18 actually.
Yeah.
But I was so stressed about it, just because I get stressed, and I didn't sleep.
Do you know how to drift?
Not yet. I don't Forza.
Yeah.
I don't Forza.
That's just like real life, so.
I mean, I'm pretty good at Forza drifting though. So.
You spent enough hours on it.
Oh, let's not.
We checked his hours.
No.
They're probably actually like, I think you showed me your hours like pre-COVID, and I dread to imagine what they're like now. They're probably like tripled.
I mean, it was nearly 200 days, Joe.
But
200 days worth.
Apparently, it's not completely accurate. Apparently, it means I've gone on the game 200 separate occasions. So it's not necessarily
let down.
But at the same time, there are definitely some days I can recall that I spent all day on it. So it's not great. But
Drift King, man.
Drift King,
grind.
DK.
Yeah, that's crazy. 200 days, like that is nearly a year. what you
You
could have
could-
done. You could have cured Corona
Yeah.
in that time.
Well, the thing is, I mean, the scientists are doing well in that, but are they level 200 with a gold Toyota Supra? I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's true, actually.
You know, if you put that much time into like, a
I know, I've
competitive
thought
game,
about
you could be
this.
like,
I've thought
you could
about
make money.
Bro.
Is there like a pro league for Forza?
Doubt it.
I think you should start one.
Yeah.
Just because you know you'd win. Because I don't think
Forza
anyone's just
Pro.
But the worst thing is as well, like, I've actually only got good at drifting on the game for the past like 2 weeks. Before that was just shit. So I was just wasting time.
Which Forza are you playing? Horizon or?
Horizon 2 and 3. But yeah.
Wait, I thought those ones those were like the easy ones to drift in. I
Oh,
thought they made
yeah.
Oh,
not to
professional.
some not to some new show, but I thought those like in those ones they made it more like arcadey than like
yeah, they did.
the motorsport
They
ones.
did.
Yeah.
Whatever. I put it on simulation driving, so.
Oh, fair enough. You undid any shade I could have thrown at you. You know.
What's your favourite game ever? Ever.
Oh my god, it's so intense.
Oh.
Skate 3.
Skate 3.
Or Skate 4. Hasn't
Oh.
come out yet, but I already know.
It's gonna be the best
It's
thing
my
ever.
favourite.
Well,
game.
it's EA, so it'll probably ruin it. I think mine's either. Oh, I've got top 3. I'll shoot them anyway. GTA 4, Skyrim,
Skyrim.
and Modern Warfare 3 for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skyrim's easily one of the best.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys learn to speak? Are you guys still doing that Skyrim one? Because last time it came around, you
yeah.
like started it again, and you were just like,
We haven't done anything on it since, have we?
No. We literally haven't played it since we went home. So
But we've got a kid, a couple of kids. We've got a wife, we've got a
Cute.
landlady.
cute
Yeah.
little family going on.
I haven't got a dog yet, but we'll get one.
We'll get there.
Because
have a full family going.
there was that DLC where you got to build your own house.
Oh yeah, half
Fire, yeah. I want to do that.
That was fun as hell. Except it was well, like the rest of the game, broken as hell as well.
Yeah, I started playing it again on my Xbox in like lockdown near the start, and I realised half the missions I couldn't even do them because the game was just broken. Because I like did stuff in the wrong order, so the quests just were locked. So I was like, "That's it."
That's the thing about that game though, because if you ask like most people though, if it's like best games, Skyrim's in like their top 5, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's got a lot of
Like-
issues.
And it's just like they half finished it and then just went, well, good enough.
Are they making a new one?
I mean,
They've been making one for like
ages.
it's been 9 years.
Yeah, but it's like with GTA. I think it's because they're making so much money off it that just can't be asked to make a new one. Because
Yeah.
Skyrim just kept re-releasing it, like the definitive edition,
Mm.
Yeah.
and then they did extra.
So like Skyrim and GTA 5 were like similar times to be fair. There's
Yeah.
only like
Mm.
2 years between them. As I think GTA 5 came out like last year still in my head.
Yeah, it literally feels like it's brand new.
The hype for it was like mad.
Mm.
It's still going.
Yeah, because people keep buying shark cards. How many flying
No, it's like
missile
thir-
motorbikes do you want?
13-year-olds that want to spend like their mum and dad's credit card or whatever.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If I was at that age.
What about FIFA? What was your opinion on FIFA? Like, it's literally the same game every year.
Well, I've got FIFA 13, which I play every now and again, and I play FIFA 20.
I would love to see the difference
I
between
play FIFA 21.
FIFA,
It's basically the same.
FIFA 10 and the recent one.
Obviously, there's a few differences, but they're basically the same.
The grass grows in FIFA 21. Ooh.
Did you see though IGN's FIFA 21 review? They
No.
just copied and pasted it.
That's
Like
fair,
just straight
that's
up,
fair.
but like if you're not gonna update the game, we're not gonna update the review.
That's a good.
That's
Yeah.
quite good
Pretty
actually.
They
good
just copy
too,
and
fair.
pasted it across.
I'll tell you what I did use like FIFA Street like 1 and 2 and 3 on the
Mm.
PS2.
I think I haven't played them. I remember seeing the adverts though.
Oh.
It looked cool.
The soundtrack.
You could do like backflips and
Yeah.
stuff.
It was then you hit these like super shots which just went
Ooh.
straight to the goal, mate.
Did you know there's like a Mario football game?
No.
Like a Mario themed FIFA. It's crazy. Yeah, and you can like do like sick backflips. Like there's like special like kicks and stuff.
What's it on? Wii or something.
Probably. Yeah.
I'll have to go on. Let's go to CX and
Yeah,
find it.
Yeah. Just become pros.
Yeah, we'll start
Pro
a
League.
start,
Yeah.
a,
MLG.
start a society. That will make Richard happy.
Mario
Start an
football.
SU society.
Yeah, Mario Football Society. See if we can get funding.
They'll give you funding for. Oh,
Okay, so
Hell. Someone's at the door. This is
Someone's
unexpected.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh. What is it? Joe, what is it?
Hi.
A box.
Ooh,
What's in the box?
it's like Christmas.
Is it yours?
Yeah.
Is he skipping rope?
Nah.
Oh.
Oh.
It is actually. Oh, this is quite a good, interesting talking point. It is.
What, your package?
Whoa. It's SIS tablets, which are rehydration tablets.
Sis.
Wait, are those things you did before and you were like, yeah, they stopped you getting hungover and then they just didn't work?
Yeah, but
What?
then I started using them properly. I started having 2 before I went to sleep after I was drinking, and 2 in the morning, and the hangover symptoms are like non-existent.
Oh, fair enough. God.
But do you have any like hangover cures?
There isn't really a hangover cure, is there? Apparently.
I don't
I
know.
just like eating, like the next day.
Yeah, when I was in Cornwall, where I was staying, did like free breakfast, so I got up and just had like the fattest like fryer
Yeah,
I could possibly order, and was just like, yeah.
Let me have a look at
That's
this.
what I need.
Let me have a look at this. What he's got.
Joe's.
Science in sport. Is that what it stands for? Sis.
I love it. Yeah,
I think-
ordering performance-enhancing drugs on the internet to cure his hangover.
I think the most important hangover like
Steroids.
I think the most important like hangover like saviour is just a long sleep. I feel like that's elite compared to anything else.
I just honestly, I need to get up and just eat something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel sick.
Once I've eaten, had a shower, I feel brand new.
I feel on the preventative side, CBD's a godsend. Like the Hop King beer with the CBD on it was definitely like if you had like 2 of those and then you can drink like rum or whatever and it was not as bad at
£5 a
all.
bottle though.
Really?
Yeah, I know, but like
Where's the fun in that?
yeah, you don't get to experience the full hangover.
Yeah.
Ruins the whole experience.
Honestly, if someone genuinely like created a hangoverless alcohol, they'd rake it in.
Hangoverless alcohol.
But then I suppose
Yeah, but-
then you just get like a whole bunch of alcoholics because they'd be like, oh my god, I'm
The concept of drinking alcohol
It's
is
a bit messed
so strange. We are literally just poisoning ourselves.
Yeah, but everything we do that we like is bad for
yeah,
us.
chocolate.
Music. You know.
Music is bad for you.
Yeah, because you go deaf after a while. I don't know whether you
Oh,
like loud music and stuff, or like salt. It's, you
Got a
know,
point. Anything. If you have too much of anything, it's bad for you.
anything, everything's too good to be true,
Exactly.
including your sketchy internet
These are not
tablets.
I don't know what you. Everyone seems to have a problem with me ordering like drugs off the internet and stuff, but it's not like bad drugs. It's just like multivitamins and stuff.
God,
But it's weird.
bad drugs.
yeah.
Where'd you draw
There's
the line?
worse things you could get from the internet.
Exactly.
True.
A lot worse.
Can I have a look? What they look like inside?
They're just them tablets. I'm not going to open them yet.
I
Are
just
they
wanted
the
to- I
same
just wanted
ones
to
as
see what.
before?
I just wanted to see what it looks like.
This is a brand now.
Yeah, but I shouldn't they look the same as the other ones? Because you gave me one of them.
Get one
They
out.
just look like a big Mento.
Yeah.
Get one out.
No,
Just get one
I'm not
out.
opening it.
Why?
Because I'm saving it.
Alright.
It's an airtight package.
I'll just
You'll
pretend.
ruin them.
I'll just pretend that they look.
Yeah, it's just a powdery tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Coming little packets
Oh,
today
yeah.
as well.
Get off the dark web.
Sis. Sus.
Stuff's alright now.
Alright. Also good for hangover going outside as well.
Yeah, I
Going
completely
outside.
agree. Having a walk home,
Mm.
I think definitely clears you up with that.
When you're drinking though, and then you go outside, it hits you so hard. Like,
Well,
All
when
the
you're
op-
still drunk.
yeah, like
Yeah.
all the oxygen just hits you.
Mm. I hate
Horrible.
when you're if you're heavily drinking and say you're like in like a room or something and then
Mhm.
suddenly people just like turn off the music, turn on the lights and they're like, oh, we're going to bed, and as soon as the music drops you're just like, oh, I feel so shit. Because you're like riding the wave and then the
Yeah.
wave just disappears and you just crash and you're like, oh fuck. You realise how carried away you've gotten.
But I think like the best thing is having a walk home, some water, so you're not, or just basically keep yourself hydrated and then sleep. for a long time. And I solved it, mate.
True. That's science, that is.
I might write. I always see him writing articles about this shit. I'm just going to start my own. Simple.
When was the worst time you were like drunk? What was the worst? Not worst, but like
The worst hangover.
when were you the most drunk at uni? Do you reckon?
At uni.
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be bad.
I think that time when I was trying to find the rehydration tablets. Do you remember we were here? This was before we all went home.
Can't remember.
Well,
It was when I was
just
here.
it was
When,
just
it was like just before. It was after we'd finished, and it was just before you guys were going back. Like the next couple of days, I think.
When we had that camping chair out and stuff.
Yeah, Jared came around and we played poker. And
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And Joe was just, for whatever reason.
I don't know. I don't know why. But it was like that in lockdown as well. Like I'd literally have like 5 beers, and I'd be screwed. But now I'm feeling a lot better because I can have like quite a few and still not feel the hurt next day.
Maybe it's like a yearly thing. Your body's like expecting pressures, and that's why your tolerance has gone up. But as we all know, rip pressures.
Oh no!
I feel bad for Will. I feel like he had his
that's
hopes
all.
set.
That's all he was getting to uni for.
Had his hopes set.
I
so
feel so bad for the first years. Or like,
What
like that is literally stripped from them now.
What I was saying, it's so like worse for people that have like transferred
Yeah.
because you can't meet
What?
anyone in your class.
What do you mean transferred?
Like we transferred from another uni.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Or like
like-
there's top ups and stuff. You just aren't gonna.
Yeah.
I met one, but it was just like she was talking to Richard, and then Richard was like, "These are the boys who do the photography society," and we were like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, it was like, yeah. Apart from that, I haven't seen like anyone except like you guys, and then if people are about.
Yeah, it is quite annoying because you don't really get to see your classmates.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I
as
mean,
well.
from our class, who we've seen, Alex Macaroni, and then I always call him Alex Macaroni. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, we saw him on that first induction.
Yeah, and then we've seen you obviously,
Yeah, I saw
Will.
Tom as well.
and Will, and Tom Maguire.
Yeah.
That's
But-
it.
Apart from that, it's just like that's the thing. I feel like we're gonna get to if we get our final exhibition right.
If
We're gonna be meeting people for like the first time. We're
Our
gonna be like,
first and last
over
time.
a year. That's
Yeah.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
but we're gonna like the top up student stuff. It's gonna be like, oh, how are you?
Mm.
Oh, who's this person's work on the wall? You know, like it's gonna be good. And then just like after that, probably never see them again. It's,
That's odd.
I kind of not gonna lie though. I kind of like it in a weird way in the sense that like because last year we were in every day for like all day lectures, and then it just felt like when are we actually meant to do all of this work? You know, since we're here 9 to 5 every day, and then you know.
Yeah.
Because this year it's just like, go off and do whatever you want.
I still need to scan a roll in actually. Is it easy to do it? As in like to
Book
book
it.
it out and stuff?
Yeah, it's the same basically. I think you just have to collect it between like 10 and 12, which is kind of annoying because normally our lectures are at that time. But what are you going to do?
I might scan it on Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
Well, maybe next week actually.
It's kind of good though because there's just never anyone in the max suites. You don't have to worry about like.
Oh,
Do you remember
really?
like times before you go in and then Alex will be doing a lecture and she'd be like,
What are you
"Get
doing?
out." Like,
Yeah.
stop making noise.
Because I like lectures are like online. Like, do you reckon the uni's just dead
Empty.
at the moment? Like
It
they
is pretty empty.
Yeah.
There's still people there, but it's not
packed. as-
bustling.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still people living on campus. That's
Yeah, I
the,
find that strange. Like,
That'd be so boring. Because you just can't.
No, I reckon they're doing house parties and stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To be honest, a lot of them are still going out, like to pubs and stuff.
yeah,
Just in
I
groups.
reckon that's what they're doing.
Yeah, like they're still. I mean, just making the most of it, basically, aren't they? You know
At
what I
least
mean?
it's not like in Manchester or whatever where they've just got locked in.
Locked
Yeah,
in.
never locked
Yeah,
in,
they got
don't
locked in. Yeah, they said you can't leave.
Brilliant.
Or you can leave, but you have to go home. As in, like, you can't just go out.
Wait,
That's
so they got
crazy.
locked in their dorms.
Or was it Edinburgh?
I don't know.
It was Scotland.
Sounds
or
like North
Manchester.
Korea, by the way. You
Scotland
just-
or Manchester?
It was against like. Honestly, I swear it's like against like human rights.
It does seem a bit weird.
I guess, but
just
like,
locking them
And
in. being
the uni gave them like just crap food because obviously they couldn't go to the shops because they were all locked in. The uni just
Oh
sent
my
them like the
God.
shit food. It was all over the news. Have you not seen them?
No, I don't pay attention to the news. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I gave up on it. I was just like the last thing I saw that I really
Corona.
enjoyed though was that what's his name, Rishi Sunak guy.
Oh yeah.
That was a good bit of entertainment. He's my when did you see the speech where he's like, oh, we're gonna balance the books, and he was clearly like, everyone's gonna clap me, and just no one did, and he gets like this awkward side eye and then just walks out, and that's the first time in his life he's never just been applauded blindly. And then he did that thing as well where he's like, creative people.
Joe's got one of them tablets out.
He's going for it.
That is huge.
I don't. It dissolves in water.
Oh. I was gonna say like
It was a massive pebble of it.
it's like a frisbee.
So wait, did you take them before you start drinking as well?
Nah. Take it before you're about to get into bed, and then the next day.
When you wake up. Oh, right.
Either or, but I reckon because all it does is just rehydrate you. So it's like
okay.
I think it's like a beta version of in like Joe Rogan and all that, and Dave Chappelle, I think it is. They all have these like IV drips in the mornings.
Oh right. I didn't know
Of
about
drinking.
that,
But that's what they try. They try and have these IV drips, and apparently it just gets rid of your hangover. So it basically just
fair enough.
rehydrates you with minerals. This is like a beta version, and it's only like £1.
I really hope it doesn't work.
It does work.
Just to
This
like
is his second
Yeah,
pack, so if it
literally.
doesn't work, he's wasted. He's like too invested in it
Yeah.
to give up.
I just always thought that there's no cure for a hangover, like at all.
Well, there's not like a cure, but it is like a prevention.
I feel like it would be bad for like society and the world if hangovers just
Yeah.
stopped being a thing though.
Because why would you not
Yeah.
be drunk
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know.
if there was no repercussions?
that's like a Kevin Smith's approach to because he's just high all the time now. He just I think he was sober when he came to England because he like got here and then was like, oh, it's illegal. Okay, guess I can't smoke for 3 days. And then just like when he got back, he just like blazed it all the time.
Fuck Jesus.
And he got like a custom strain made that like because in America and shit it's like next level, but it's like literally like it smells like maple syrup. Like the smells modified, but it's something ridiculous like 45% THC or something.
Jesus.
So he
that's
just like
strong.
smokes that in the morning, and he
Right.
does the intermittent fasting, so he's like not eating till like the afternoon. He's just
Oh, that's
smoking.
so bad for you.
Yeah. I mean, he's skinny as hell though.
Yeah.
Better than when he was like fat and had a
I
heart attack.
guess, yeah.
Still, imagine being like intoxicated or high or something all day,
I mean-
every day.
I think he's at that level though where it's probably just like, like just slightly elevated. He's probably not blasted. He's probably just like, he's not barbecued. He's just,
Cindered.
Grilled.
yeah, just an Instagram filter over the top of his reality. He just goes along with it.
Damn.
Can you imagine if we could have fillers, like, in real life? I guess they're just sunglasses.
Yeah, that's a good
Well,
point.
yeah.
Actually.
ND filters.
Yeah,
on your
sunglasses
eyes.
are literally just fillers. Like, you can just put them on, it's just, that's what it is.
Now it makes sense your project early being like everyday things are psychedelic because you
Yeah.
described that as though it was like some
Yeah.
psychedelic insight into the mysteries of the universe.
Whoa. My brain's just
Mm.
crazy.
I think people should start making more glasses with like the snowboard, like the really orange ones.
Massive Oakley.
Or the, like,
Yeah.
sepia.
Mm.
The reflective like
that-
orange ones.
That, like, colour, like, filler. It makes me, like, throw up. The sepia look. Do you know what I mean?
Well, like on photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's annoying when you see someone just take like if I took a picture of you guys in here in this like modern house, you're
Yeah.
sitting
Yeah.
here, he's with his high tech
Sis.
hangover cure and stuff, and then just make that sepia and it just looks wrong. It's like
It looks...
it's overused. That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
It's just,
There's just a lot of things with trends. People just overdo it.
Yeah.
I quite like just normal, just like not really edited that much.
Yeah, I don't really...
Because with the recent shoot with Zim, I've just put a little bit of like a cooling filter on it, like a colder look, and then done some black and white images with higher contrast, and that's it.
Yeah.
What was that shoot for? Was that for his latest outfit? Or
I was just like, do you want to shoot? I'm a bit bored.
fair
Cool.
enough.
I was doing a test shoot because I wanted to do some like girls fashion on one of the not rooftops. What's it called? car parks. Because you know I had that idea last time we were looking around to shoot on there.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to. I've never shot like women's fashion before, so I just thought, come with me as in. Let's have a look.
Come with me as in. Is that what you said to him?
Wait, hang on. So you were like, I want to shoot women's fashion.
So
you
that's why I
called
was
it a
in.
test?
Yeah.
Wait,
No, hang on.
This the one with Zoom was like a test shoot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I was
Did you
just
get
like,
a mask
A walnut.
for women?
I don't know if I can do it now because you know I was planning on climbing to the top.
Oh
of
yeah, that.
climbing up that weird ladder. You
Mm.
can't really.
Oh, fair enough.
What ladder? Oh,
That sounds like
Well-
quitter talk, man.
I mean I think I'd fall to my death to be honest. To be fair.
what ladder?
At the
When
top of
we
the
were
car
at the
park.
top, there was like a little extra bit, like where the stairwell was.
Then there was a door,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah,
locked.
Yeah.
No, not that
What
one. It was on the other.
Oh wait, no, yeah, that's you're on about Grosvenor Centre. He's on about
The other car park.
the first one we went up.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
yeah. I know what you're on about.
Yeah.
I feel like you could climb that.
I feel like I could climb it. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Brilliant. I'll give it
I'll
a go.
climb. I'll climb up there. I'll do whatever.
We'll see tomorrow in the news. Danny died.
Yeah, they get my name.
24.
Danny died. Danny Decao, famous.
Danny died.
The photographer.
The famous
Yes.
Danny Decao falls to his death.
Stupid photography stunt.
Let's do it.
Oh,
I'll climb up and then I'll take a picture with your camera and then give you the credit.
no, I've got to do it
And then you
myself.
can have
I've
a
got to do it
career in
myself.
women's fashion.
I've got to do it myself.
Yeah, but who would you ask?
I
Girls.
don't know. It needs to be.
Have you got anyone you got your eyes on?
Oh,
Jack?
get out of town. Get out of town.
Do you ever worry about that when you're like, oh, you want to do a shoot, and then you're like, is this weird? Like,
Well,
you know
like
what I
asking
mean?
someone like,
Yeah.
do you want
Yeah.
to? Yeah, a little bit, because it.
Especially if you don't know them that well. Just like,
Yeah, I
I
guess
tend
it
to find
like.
it easier if I don't know them, or there's like a weird in between.
Yeah.
Because it's like if it's a stranger, then it is a bit odd.
Mm.
But if it's like you kind of half know them, sort of, then you can just like kind of
Yeah.
be a character with it, I guess. But if you like really know them well, then it's like, oh,
Well, yeah, you can't really go up to a stranger like, can I take some photos of you? You look really nice.
You're really nice.
Really pretty.
I really like your coats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. I feel like a stranger, it's like you kind of just complimenting them, but at the same time,
But at the same time, I
wants to
feel
be
like that
complimented?
guy at that party was trying to compliment me in some weird way, but it didn't feel like it, you know.
yeah, it felt like something else.
Yeah.
Physically,
Mm.
physically felt like he was
Mm.
trying to get inside your jeans.
He wasn't trying to. He succeeded pretty
No.
well, to be honest. But yeah, I was shooting my friend. He lives Harry. He lives in London, but he came back here and he's like street photography guy, and he's like the ballsiest photographer I've ever seen. Literally,
Really?
people like say that like we walked past this guy just sitting on a bench, like sat with his dog. So it was like Joe, and he was just like not even like being sneaky or anything, just like.
So proper Dougie Wallace.
Yeah, just
In your
like
face.
got in there. The guy like looked up at him and he didn't even flinch. He just kept going and then just walked up, just like thumbs up, left. The guy didn't say shit. I was like, what the fuck?
I used
Like,
to do that
Yeah.
in London.
Don't think I could
in
do
London, I feel like you can
it's
get
easier
away
in
with
London,
it.
just because there's so
So
many
here,
people
I'm
around.
just like,
that.
Yeah, but in like small towns, it's just like, what the fuck are you? What are you
Yeah.
doing?
it just
Yeah,
feels like, I
crazy.
don't know how.
I don't think I
does
could
it.
ever do that.
Because in London,
I'd have to be like a fly on the wall and just like
fairs.
make sure they can't see me.
Mm.
But
Just be sneaky.
I did it in London before and I got challenged. I was just like, oh, so I'm just a tourist. So I just
Yeah.
carried on.
My technique sometimes, if I take a picture of someone, I just keep holding the camera there until they move,
Yeah.
and then pretend I was like shooting like.
But
That's
the
a good
annoying,
idea.
the annoying backside, like downside of either that is I do that and then they see I'm about to take a photo, so they wait for me to take a photo, and I was going to take a photo of them. So then it's just like, oh, it's alright, you can go ahead, love. And then I'm like trying to do it again. They're like, what? I'm just like, it's alright.
I was in Prague once, and my friend was like, "Oh, can I use your camera? I just want to take some pictures." I was like, "Okay, cool." He just started taking pictures of just like random people like walking past us,
Right.
and I've got like some. They're like the photos are so funny because there's like people like going like that, like they can see him like basically just pointing the camera like right in their faces. He pointed to this one guy, and he took a picture, and he came up to him and was like, "You have to delete that. Like, the police are after me." He was like, "Yeah, sure, like, I'll delete it, whatever."
God.
And he's like, had like a massive go at like my friend. for like taking a picture.
You have to delete that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've never had that happen.
No, I mean,
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, he looked like a crackhead basically.
great.
Jesus.
I've had a few security guards coming up to me and be like, "You can't take photos here. It's privately owned, even though it's public. People are walking, especially in London. Like all the shopping places are all privately owned, even though it looks public."
Yeah, they get like that in the Grosvenor Centre as well. Like they used to about stuff like that. I remember it was like last year, and I was, you know, the car park near the uni.
Mm-hmm.
Like Anna, Serena's friend, was like, she had to take photos for her course, and like, I can't remember how I ended up tagging along. I think I just ran into her, and she was like, we're talking, and we're like, oh, she thinks. So she was like, I want to go up here. So we were shooting a bit, and the security guard comes up, and she's like, what do you think you're doing? And we're like, she's like, oh, she's got to take photos for a course or whatever, and the lady's like, oh, I'm gonna have to like call it in and like
Call it in.
yeah, like no, literally. She like got a walkie-talkie and like
Helicopter police dogs.
no, but it was like, oh, these like 2 students are up here taking photos. Is that cool or whatever? And then the guy downstairs like clearly didn't give a shit. Was just like, yeah, who cares? And then the lady was like, yeah, you can keep shooting, but I'm gonna have to like keep an eye on you and stuff. And Anna was just like, oh, like, because like Anna's not a photographer, so she obviously wasn't like confident like shooting while just being like watched by this security guard lady.
Weird.
And then Anna was just like, yeah, we got everything we need, so we're just gonna
It's
head off.
like-
It was like the weirdest thing.
They have like such like flimsy reasons. Like in London, I was shooting some like architecture photography in what's that like privately owned island, the banking district.
Oh, can't remember.
Dogs or something
Yeah,
like
Isle of Dogs. I
Isle
think
of
it's
Dogs,
called.
Yeah, I was taking some
Isle
photos
of
there,
Dogs.
and obviously
Like film.
I had like a 50mm lens, so it was just a fixed lens. I was just taking some photos. Security guard comes up to me and just like, oh, you can't take photos here. And it's just like, I'm just taking photos of just the street and the buildings and stuff. He's like, yeah, well, you can't take photos here because it might be terrorism. And it's like, if it was terrorism, like,
You do look like a terrorist, to be fair, James.
but if it was terrorism, like, surely they'd take photos on their phone because the phone cameras are good enough to see stuff like that. You're not gonna have like a massive lens and your mate tagging along. It's just such flimsy reasons just to get you to leave.
Yeah. I suppose it's all just like protocol though as well. Like they probably do have to like do that just because they have to.
Yeah,
It is
it's a
annoying.
weird thing.
Health and safety is just like
Too mad in this
It's
country.
bizarre.
I think I've never been to a country which has so many like health and safety.
Yeah. It's just common sense.
Or even so, the one that always annoys me is like PGGR stuff.
Yeah.
Like data protection.
Oh.
Like you know our lectures are recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but they have to like, if one of us is going to speak on it, they have to stop the recording while we speak and then bring it back on and stuff. It's
That's
like,
so stupid.
it's crazy. And then they get, it's just like loads of stuff like that that just make everything a massive hassle.
Like, why is that a
It's-
problem?
Yeah. Well, it's the definition of a law that's like, we're going to stop criminals, but it just only affects people who abide by the law because then they have to
Yeah.
go all these loops and the criminals just ignore it anyway
Yeah.
because they're like, who gives a shit?
But we have like the GDPR, but we've still got that like Theresa May Snoopers charter still about, which is they can track us and do what we do and see what we do, but we can't track each other and understand what each other's doing.
That's just the way it is.
Do you still have a Huawei?
Yeah, I do.
I still don't know how I feel about those.
I
Do
mean,
you trust him with that phone?
No.
basically,
Alright, like,
I always call it a Hawaii phone because I just don't know what to. how to
it's
pronounce
either
it.
you can sell your data to the Americans or you can sell your data to the Chinese. That's
you
pretty
chose the
much-
Chinese.
Yeah,
You
because
commie bastard.
I'm probably never going to go there anyway, so it's not going to make much of a difference.
True. Well, now you don't have a choice because they're going to be like, you
Yeah,
smuggle
they're
it
going to
in.
know me, mate. They're gonna, oof.
You
My
smuggle
social
it
credit
in.
score is going to be nil.
Thing is though, like stuff like that I don't really care about. Cause like, what do I have that they really need?
Yeah, but you still got to protect your privacy.
Yeah, but why? I mean, yeah, sure.
Principle.
I mean, he could just look at me through the camera right now and I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
But
it's
one
like a
day you
weird
might,
thing,
though.
man.
You got to prepare for your own.
I guess, but what have I got to hide? I'm not a terrorist like you, Joe. Going around taking pictures with my mates.
Yeah, taking pictures for plots and
Yeah.
ordering
Plots.
Yeah, finding good sniper spots
Yeah.
to assassinate the queen.
Selling the sniper's mods on Getty Images so we can see.
Getty Images.
I'll tell you what is mad, like, have you seen the videos of the people going to top of skyscrapers and on top of the cranes, like Dalai Lama and Night Ski.
Yeah, they look crazy. Would you ever do that?
I'd go to the top of a building, but I would definitely not go on a crane on
Yeah.
top of a building.
That looks so scary.
looks
I've seen like
ridiculous.
videos of people just like slipping and stuff.
Mm.
It looks horrible.
It does look horrible. But yeah, I'd definitely go. I'd go on a rooftop, but obviously that's not like sketchy at all.
Yeah.
Unless you jump off. So
I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw a picture and it was a tennis court on top of like a really tall building in like Dubai or something.
well, it's probably true. They have like football.
But that would be so pointless to have a tennis court like on a
boot it
roof.
over.
Well, imagine if you just whacked a ball, you just lost it, haven't you? Like, it's literally
Yeah, imagine walking down the street just
tennis ball.
dead by a tennis ball.
Yeah.
But they have like football cages on top of like Tokyo roofs and stuff. I think it's pretty sick because it still has like an actual roof to the cage, so it doesn't fly out.
That's a good idea. But
Have you seen that? There's like I can't remember what it was called. It was like a skate video, but obviously had way too big of a budget. And they went to Dubai for part of it, but there was like whatever that massive hotel is in Dubai, where it's like white and it kind of curves.
It's
and
like a bit of a sail.
Yeah, and it's got like a helipad like near the top, and it's obviously like massive skyscraper, and it's just a helipad that just looks like it's just hovering. But they put like a ledge up there, and they were skating it and stuff. So there was like one guy skating it through the middle, the rest of them like standing around the edge to like catch the board because it would have just rolled off.
oh my
And
god.
it just like genuinely like gave me like shivers.
Burj Khalifa, I think.
Like imagine if you
Oh no,
slipped.
that's not it. That's not it.
I think it's a different one. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
sure.
is.
But either way,
Burj Al Arab. That's what it's called.
Are you afraid of heights? Either of you?
I don't know. I get like I'm not afraid of heights because obviously I've like
Yeah.
climbed shit, but I still got like a. It's like
It's
an
like a fear of
adrenaline
like
rush
what
thing.
could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a bit of like an anxious, but it's not, I don't necessarily have like a fear of heights.
I always
in a way.
feel like I'm just gonna slip now and something bad is
Yeah.
gonna happen. But but I'm not scared of like being on high.
I think it depends. Like if I'm on a rooftop and there's like railings and stuff, I don't care. But if it's like I'm climbing a ladder and it's really high up, I feel a bit dodgy. Especially if it's like a movable one.
I don't know what mine is though, because it's like when we were doing high like buildings and stuff. I don't know whether it was like it was either the fear of heights or whether it was like, oh shit, if we get caught, or like you're like, oh shit, we're doing it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After like planning it, it's like, oh shit, it's going down.
Yeah.
But I want to go like.
I guess that's just kind of like an adrenaline rush though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I suppose
it's like,
the advantage in this country is that as long as you're not doing it on like a government site or anything, if you get caught, you probably
it's
just
like
get
civil
caution
thing. Yeah, they don't care.
or fine you at max.
Most places don't even have like security. To be honest, not gonna lie, like it's just so like a lot of it is a good British security is what is called deterrence, where they just leave lights on and shit so you think someone's in, like, or they just leave cars parked outside so you think, and it's just like it never is, you know. But actually, I think it's tightened up more nowadays because like they're building on Seoul Central and it's like alarm scaffolding and stuff, and they've got like 2 security teams on and things, so it's like they're intensing it up. But like go back a couple of years and it was just like no shit's given, just like, you know, whatever happens. But yeah, man. Would you ever go like rock climbing?
Yeah. I've been rock climbing. Like actual rock climbing, not like on one of those like fake.
Yeah, like on a rock.
on a rock.
Because I almost trust, for some reason in my head, I like trust that less than a
Kinda,
building.
yeah.
Because I'm like,
because the harnesses are pretty strong. Like they're meant to protect you, so I feel like I would do that. I never have though.
I don't trust the rock itself. I feel like I'm gonna grab it and it'll just like
Crumble.
fall away,
When
like
I
a
was-
sandcastle.
When I was like younger, I used to like. It wasn't necessarily rock climbing, but you know, there's, as in like, it wasn't climbing up like a face of a rock, but it was like.
I like bouldering.
Yeah, see, like basically, I just like going to like a beach. There was some in Scotland where it was just massive rocks, pretty much, and you could just climb up one and then just run across them. And obviously, that's a lot more dangerous, but I still like doing that because it was fun.
It was fun to climb shit, to be honest. It's like climbing trees when you were a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
climbing
That's-
trees is.
I like that.
Yeah, I miss doing that.
We should go do it. It's
There
planned
there was this
We'll
one.
go hit some trees.
There was this one tree in like secondary school, and like it used to like just be in the middle of like the, what would you call it, a playground?
Field.
Is it a playground in secondary school?
Field, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
People used to like, it was so tall. It was like as tall as like a house, and like people would like go to right to the top.
You would have thought they would have cut it down after the first.
No, they just told people to stop going up there. Did it stop people? No.
Oh Jesus!
That's like when it snows and they're like, now no one's allowed to throw snowballs, and it's like,
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
gonna stop me.
Whoa!
I remember one time it snowed and people were just like bringing snow inside, so they were like keep holding the doors open, just throwing snow into the buildings and stuff. So it's like you were going literally like along the second floor of buildings, and people had like thrown snow up to the bottom, like from the bottom floor. And it was like, oh my god, because we had just like it wasn't like separate floors. It was like a big open area with like walkways going up and classrooms on the side, so you could literally like step in and then just like launch it straight over. And it was just like the whole building just dripping wet. Just
Brilliant.
disgusting.
That reminds me of this one time when I got called in to like the headmaster's like office, like just randomly. But it was so random. Like I was actually like in my form room, and then a teacher came in. She was like, "Oh, you need to go like to the headmaster's now." I was like, "Oh my god, what have I done?" And then I got there, and there was a video, like CCTV, of this girl. She like walked down this like stairs, and then she just like fell all the way down the stairs. And then I came in afterward. Like I came up the stairs, and apparently they thought that I pushed her down the stairs. Like,
Wait, even though you came from the other way, or
yeah, like just because I was in the video afterwards, they thought it was
Yes.
me, and they like questioned me.
Questioned.
But yeah,
Interrogation.
apparently she slipped because there was like a load of like snow and ice like on these stairs, and they just thought it was.
So how did they think you pushed her from like behind? Did they think you used the force or something?
Honestly,
Force pull?
I have no idea
you
why.
pushed her and then ran around the
Why
camera
they
to appear
questioned
from the other
Danny
way.
the Flash Decao.
It's like that bit in The Incredibles where he puts the pin on the chair. God. I actually miss school. I feel like
Yeah, I miss it, but also
I
I
hated
don't.
school and I liked it at the same time.
I don't.
yeah, I hated the the learning and
Well,
the
the thing
class
is, I
shit,
didn't.
but
I just
like the
can't
just,
learn like that.
Yeah.
It is dull.
I have to do practical or I have to do something because I can't learn by just someone talking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it's the fact that like in school though it just comes in and then you just regurgitate it back out. You don't actually have to like
I think
think about it. If you know what I mean.
I think it's because it's like a full day as well.
Mm.
Like I can't just learn. Like teachers would talk and I'd just be like, right, I'm just going to talk to my
And
friend
you do like
instead.
6 subjects as well
Yeah.
in a day, and you're just like,
So you're not actually taking any of this stuff.
The only subjects I enjoyed was like art, PE, and science.
I like science, but I didn't really do any work. I just spoke about bombs and stuff.
Maths. My maths teacher hated me. My maths teacher used to call me a daydreamer all the time. He used to like just write in my book, daydreamer. Like full stop. I was like, great, thank you.
we
I
had
think
a
it's the Dixon.
actually I did like my maths teacher because he was like we had him all the way through like all 5 years, so it was like there was like a good what's the word, like rapport, I guess. But he did this thing in like year 9, right, where if you like answered a question with a dumb answer, you had to do the walk of shame.
That's so stupid. Because then kids won't put their hands up.
But you had to but it wasn't even like put the hands up. It was like, okay, we're gonna go through like prime numbers, and then you go around the class and shit. So it was like everyone was gonna get caught out eventually. But if you said like it wasn't like get it wrong. It was like stupid answers. Right. So if you said like 1 + 1 is 3 or something, like. But then what you had to do, you basically had to stand up and then you'd walk up and down like the rows while everyone just pointed at you and looked disappointed.
It's public humiliation.
Yeah, literally. Made him take all the
I think
clothes
I'd rather
off
get
too.
beaten, to be honest, by the teachers.
But it was all good because we all kind of like knew each other. It wasn't like a
Yeah.
big group. But it did get awkward when like someone would move set or something, and we had like one time where a kid came down from like set 1, and it was kind of like you've been in set 1 for 2 years, but you don't know anything. Like a kid who just got put in set 1 because his stats were good, and then just like he lasted in our like set 2 group for like a couple of weeks, and moved down to set 3, and he did multiple walks of shame. Just like it was
Walk of shame till set 3.
For some reason, in
walking to between the classrooms.
Everyone was
like,
pointing at him.
just in tears.
the
Tears.
teachers as well.
Yeah, that for some reason with my maths, I basically in year 7 I started at the top set, and then as each year went by, I just dropped a set each time because they realised I don't know why you're here. So I was just like, they kept dropping me.
I remember in languages, I was always like, basically I was set 2 for like everything except science and IT or something. But when we hit GCSE, they just basically. But they just randomly put me in the top set for like languages.
Oh.
Even though like the year 7 to 9 languages program was the most like bullshitted thing ever, because literally it was like, your assessment this term is to have a conversation with your partner in front of me, but we were given the script and it was like literally like it would be like, hello, my name's Joe, what's yours? And they'd be like, my name's Henry. And it would be like, what's your favourite food? My favourite food is spaghetti. And that was it. But it was like pre-written out for us, and they would just like remember it and shit. And I even had one time where I read out the first line, the kid next to me just starts crying. I'm like, this isn't hard. I was like, are you serious? You've like,
that on the tape.
Yeah, it was like, what? Come on, we just need to get
language
through
did
this.
you do?
I don't know, it was like French. But but then for GCSE I picked like, I think they tried to teach us both, and then you picked one.
Yeah,
for
that's
GCSE.
what they did for us.
Wait, which languages could you pick?
Well, I had to do Spanish in year 7 and 8, and then we got to pick between Spanish, German, and French. But what was the that seems so pointless, because why did we do Spanish for 2 years?
Yeah.
And then why would I now go to a different?
They should
language?
definitely just stick to learning one, because I know in a lot of European countries they learn English, but they learn it well. Like even though they've never been
it's
to
like
England.
compulsory to learn.
Yeah. So I think we should definitely have like we
should
need
just
to
pick
learn
one.
our language.
No, just get them to go for
Yeah,
us.
they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But no, it is annoying that our languages are like so shit. But
Yeah.
what my school did as well.
It just makes
Like
us
our
so
languages.
British.
Yeah.
But well, it's just because the other language aren't good enough, you know.
Yeah, they don't sound as cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, for like maybe 10 people in my class, before GCSEs, we were doing it for. I was doing German for like 4 or 5 years. Look, nothing. Not
I was
really.
literally about to say that I bet you did German. You look like someone who would do German.
Yeah. Well, my dad lived in
I was
Germany.
thinking the same thing. Actually.
My dad lived in Germany at the time, so I thought. Well,
Fair enough.
and yeah, they dropped like 10 people from the GCSE so they could keep their grades up a week before,
Yeah,
including me.
they scooped a lot of people out of the languages course and were like, why don't you concentrate a bit more on
That's
like English and maths?
Exactly what they said to me.
Yeah. Well, look, we give you a couple more, free time every week to do those. But yeah, for my one, I did Spanish at GCSE and they just put me in the top set, so I was like, easy. I guess I'm top set for this easy subject.
Amigos.
And then after like the writing assessment stuff, bearing in mind what our assessments were before and the level we're at, it had gone to like, write 500 words about this bullshit. I kept getting the grades back for that like year 10, but they were like B's and stuff. I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at Spanish, I guess. I don't need to try. And then it gets to year 11 and suddenly they're like, I'm like looking at my timetable and I'm like, why am I in bottom set now? And it was like set 1 and set 2 then. And I was like, why am I in bottom set for it now? And then there was a bunch of people who also had this thing like, this is misprint. We were like, no, it's legit. We go into the first lesson, obviously first question asked is like, why have we been moved down from Mrs. Shakir's class? Oops.
Shout out.
Whoops. But and then
Shakira-nator.
yeah.
Shakira.
And then the new guy who's teaching us now is like, yeah, so basically she just bumped up your grades to make you feel better about yourself because she thought it would make you try harder.
That's great.
And then he was like, by the way, you have to like retake all the coursework because you guys just failed it all.
That's not really how kids' minds work. If
No,
someone
yeah.
tells me I'm
Well,
doing
exactly,
good at
'cause
something,
I
I
was-
care about it less.
Yeah.
Especially in school, so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that subject, no more worries, like just breeze through that one. So yeah. So I got an E in Spanish.
E for
But
Espanol.
the thing is, like the way we learned it in school as well, I just think it was like rubbish. Like I learnt more in Germany in about a week than 4 years at school how to speak German.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think when you're actually there, though, it's like if you don't speak it, then you don't eat, basically.
But the thing is,
It's a
loads
survival thing. you
of
know?
people
It's like,
like spoke English there, and I still like spoke with them in both languages, and I just got much more of a understanding than learning in school because it's just like there, and then you're just like, hello, where is the library? No one asks that in real life.
exactly. Yeah, it is. But plus, also, if you're at school and you're not getting it, it's just like, well, zone out.
And they'll just leave you behind anyway.
Yeah, exactly. They don't.
So I'll drop you later. So
Yeah, I'm gonna kick you off. That was the plan from the start. Did your school ever like get rid of kids? Like their parents would decide that the school wasn't for them. Would that ever happen at your school?
No, but they did get rid of people for different reasons. A girl got pregnant,
so she got rid of her.
so they were just like, I mean, I never saw her after that, so
Brilliant.
she just disappeared.
Yeah, we didn't have that problem at an all-boys school.
And then a guy held a knife to some guy's throat. He got kicked out, evidently.
Our school never liked getting rid of people because if you kept them on, they got more money.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Our school had like, because our school was kind of like, pretends it's a grammar school, so it's got like a bit of hype around it. But that meant a lot of like statemented kids would go there because it was like, oh, we'll get in, we'll get our kid with whatever.
I went
so
to a
like,
grammar school as well.
So year 7.
Academy.
How many people are like in your class?
Like 30. It was just a normal school, but they made you do tests to get in. It wasn't a proper grammar school. It used to be like way back in the day, and it still like pretends to be. But basically meant like year 7 there was like a fair amount of like disabled students and stuff. Year 9 all left.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
That's
And,
weird.
I thought it was a weird thing, but my brother went there, and my brother's like, well, to be fair, my brother is a bit of a little shit, but also he's like diabetic, and that caused like problems and stuff, and they constantly be like hinting to my mum like, maybe you should like consider a different school for him. He doesn't seem to be getting on well here. And my mum was
That
like,
is weird.
nah. Yeah, they do it all the time
What the fuck?
because we had some like absolute like crazy people like at the start, and by the end it was like, oh, what happened to those guys? And then they'd go to, like you said before, like a school that would keep them on because it was like money for the school, because we were partnered with another school, but I can't remember which one.
Well, our old head teacher got done for corruption because he spent all the money on a yacht and employed his son who was a sex offender. And
Brilliant.
And this was in like a little sort of hotel setting as well, because we had kind of a hotel.
Who was your headmaster? Jeffrey Epstein.
Fucking hell. Oh, we bought loads of sex toys as well on the
God.
company credit card. Which is
Jesus Christ. We had
our school was really good though, ish.
Our caretaker broke my arm.
What?
Let's get into that.
This was in primary school.
Did he push you down the stairs?
Yeah.
Was it not on camera?
No, we were playing football, and then I fell over and he just booted my arm.
What?
And then, yeah, sorry, he didn't break my arm, he broke my collarbone.
That's
So,
alright then.
yeah, literally, I broke.
So you fell over in primary school.
Yeah, I fell over, I was fine, and then he came, I think he meant to kick the ball or something, and he just booted my collarbone, broke it. Yeah.
Did he say sorry?
Yeah, I saw like, I was like working with my dad, and then we were working at my primary school, and he was there, and we were talking about it. We were just laughing about it. It's quite recently.
Do you ever like? Does it ever still hurt, or
No,
when you like exercise, does it like
no,
crack or anything?
no. It's fine. Like,
It's weird how many bones you've broken. I've literally broken none, and I
Yeah,
should
I
have.
haven't
Like I've ran
How many
into
have
all
you
sorts.
broken?
I broke my leg, my collarbone, and then my fingers.
How'd you break your fingers, dude?
Just playing football again. Like the
Oh my
ball,
God.
the ball hit the because I used to play goal. So
Yeah.
the ball hit the tip of my fingers, and then they all just like bent badly.
Yeah. No, I know how that feels.
Maybe not
But
enough
like
calcium
you can
there.
see like
Oh yeah.
my finger there. It's like
Yeah, you got
It's
like
Harry
a
Potter
Potter
one.
yeah, it slants to the side. So yeah,
Yeah.
the Harry Potter Elder Wand's
Elder
finger. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably why
That's
sports
mad.
are dangerous, dude. Especially when you're a kid and you like.
Yeah, I feel like after I broke my fingers though, that's when I started getting good at like drawing and stuff, which is kind of weird.
Oh, it was like isn't there a film about that where he's a baseball player? He like breaks his arm and then he's really good at like throwing pitches or something. Can't remember the name of the film.
Yeah, they based it off me.
Yeah. your
Oh,
broken
that would be
finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never broken one, and I really should have. I've bruised a lot of my bones just by just like running into stuff and getting injured, jumping off stuff.
Yeah.
Just running into walls.
Literally, he used to do it for a laugh. He used to be quite funny though.
Don't they say though if you like stub your toe, that's it broken?
Yeah,
But
Is that true though?
yeah, I don't know.
No, I've
It's just
broken my
weak people
toes
shit.
so many times on my bed upstairs.
Mm.
I used to do it all the time in first year.
Really?
Yeah, and then waterside beds. I used to just kick them all the time.
Oh yeah, because they had little poles on either side, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just used to boot them.
It's horrible.
What was Waterside actually like? Because I didn't stay.
I mean, it
I've
was.
heard mixed reviews. I've heard
It depends who you were with, I think.
Yeah. The quality of the rooms is really good. Oh, they're
Yeah.
really modern.
Oh yeah.
The
rooms-
internet is
they look-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like
Good or shit?
750 megabytes if you plug it in
Oh my god.
onto the Ethernet.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's like
But like
insane.
socially, they wouldn't let you have like parties after 11.
Mm.
So that kind of.
And if you
that
live
was
in
kind of
if
shit.
you live in St John's, you're not allowed anyone to stay over. Oh, you're not
Isn't
actually
St.
allowed
John's the
anyone.
one where there was like a gang fight outside.
I
though?
think so,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
why
it's
it's like
like.
like a high security prison.
Yeah.
There's like the cameras there are in like cages and stuff. It looks
Yeah.
sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was like fully like a machete fight outside or
Yeah.
something.
Brilliant.
But it's quite good. I like Waterside. It's a bit expensive for what it is. It's got £5 more
Yeah.
expensive as well.
I basically didn't stay in my flat though. I basically just went to Joe's flat every day.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Because if that's where your friends are, then it makes
Yeah.
sense, doesn't it? Like fuck,
Yeah.
sitting around.
I think it's like
boring
100.
flat.
I think it's like 150 quid a week now,
Jesus.
and that's almost London. I don't understand why rent is so
Yeah.
expensive in Northampton because there's not a lot here.
Mm.
But for some reason, it's so expensive. It's the same. The rent here is similar to like Manchester. It's not why.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what that. I think it's that thing though, because Tom was telling me about how there's all these like development plans here and stuff. So it's like I feel like they're scheming and plotting something.
Well, I mean,
Something's
it's
gonna
the
happen.
Northampton Council. The only thing they're plotting is more
Yeah.
money in their pockets.
Well, yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
They need it.
Gone bankrupt
Yeah,
like 6
they're
times.
bankrupt.
Bankrupt more times than Greece, man.
No, I prefer living in like this house though.
Yeah, it's not my home that you can do what you want, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, halls always feel a bit. They remind me of like hospitals.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
It's like the long corridors and like
Yeah.
every room is the same.
People
It's
you
like
don't
signs
recognise.
everywhere. It's
Yeah.
just weird. Like I couldn't.
Yeah.
I think I'd go crazy if.
It did feel a little bit like prison almost, but like a glorified prison.
I
If that
wouldn't
makes
link it to prison, but it's definitely like super regulated,
Mm.
which is just annoying.
This house is a prison living with you.
Did it get like weirder after the fireworks incident?
Oh my god.
That was a really weird.
That was probably the most.
memorable.
I reckon my
I'd say.
body was just pumped full of adrenaline that
Yeah.
night.
Oh yeah, there's a video of me and Danny on BBC News, and you
Oh,
can just
running
see us
away.
running away.
Yeah.
I've got a GIF version of that.
Have
Like
you?
that. Yeah, someone uploaded like a GIF in like one of the Facebook comments
Oh.
of like.
Incredible. You gotta send that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same one you guys.
You can
wrote
just see
about.
me in shorts and you stood right next to me.
Yeah, and we were just sprinting. But yeah, I remember that night. Everything was just scaring me because like someone would like come in, like open a door really quickly, and I just like shit myself just because I just thought there's gonna be a firework like any moment.
Well, yeah, but the
Shell
reason
shock.
that was because
Yeah, it genuinely was.
because these other people just started dropping fireworks through people's windows and like into their door.
Oh, so that's what. Because I heard like afterwards people were saying like some people had fireworks like fired through their windows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I
there's
thought
videos of it.
so. That's how it started because I heard it was like that was like an incidental.
Do you remember that
mistake.
one that went into
Jesus.
the flat and you could just see all the smoke like coming out?
yeah.
Honestly, it was mental.
And then people ran into our like corridor, our hallway, not hallway, like the stairs in our building, and then they had fireworks in their bag, and we were just like, oh fuck, they better not set them off in here.
Jesus Christ.
But then the police came, and then it was just weird.
It was funny afterwards though.
Yeah, it was funny afterwards, but at the time it was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I just remember like the day after, like security were just all over everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
And the police as
I'm
well.
surprised. I wonder if they ever like caught and got rid of the kids who did it. 'Cause I
I
feel like they were.
I feel like they
did.
did.
I
Oh,
think they raided the
yeah.
townhouses.
there was that
The
video.
fireworks.
Do you remember that video of
Yeah.
who was it that was like
Was it
the
security?
waterside security like went into someone's flat, found a lot of fireworks and like kicked them out.
God damn.
But apparently there's a lot of people that weren't even at uni were doing it. that just came
Yeah,
in.
Just
just-
random people.
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those things though that I feel like was planned because it was that big. So there's
Yeah.
probably people who got wind from like
Yeah.
because you know what it was. It was someone at MB's being like, "Guys, I've got this idea," and then like a
Yeah.
bunch of people listening like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah, let's do it.
let's go."
5th
Yeah.
of November. Let's go.
Mm.
Should we do it this year?
Yeah,
I think
bring
we
back the
should.
tradition.
Yeah. Freshers need to experience it.
They
I
need
feel-
some
right,
excitement.
I feel like that was like one of the highlights from uni.
Yeah, the PTSD's the right passage, mate.
This is what I mean though about like the crazy fucking stories from like UON halls I hear because there's like the machete fight, the fireworks, and then I heard. Did I tell you the one that Sammy Byrne told me that he heard about?
No.
I'm not. I don't know whether it was a waterside, and I don't know how long ago it is or
Mhm.
whatever. But he said apparently so. This guy had like a one night stand with this girl from a club. Just
Legend.
Like, yeah. Well, yeah. Wait. Hang on. And then basically, he turns out he's like a devout Muslim, and like sex outside of marriage is like a no go.
Yeah.
So he's like, sobering realization that he's going to be like disowned.
Brilliant.
So he's like, how am I going to shut this girl up? So the girl ends up, he calls his friends. The girl ends up tied to a chair,
What?
held at machete point by these 5 dudes. Like, tell fucking anyone and we'll kill you.
Is this true?
I don't know. It's just what I heard.
Oh, that's the
Well, it hasn't
That's the
worked
thing.
because now we know about it.
Well, yeah. We got out eventually.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah.
But I think Northampton,
That's
it's like,
crazy.
as in the halls, it's not that bad.
Mm.
Like,
No,
pretty,
they
pretty
weren't bad.
decent. But
Well,
there is
they're-
definitely just some weird events.
There's some
happening.
pockets to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about the the drug gang thing that they do? Because
What?
we're on like
What, on Waterside?
just in campuses at our uni. It's been for ages because we're on like this like A road strip.
Oh, the
there's a
belt.
bunch.
I do remember.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
like in the first couple of weeks being at uni, there would be so many people like just handing out like their numbers.
For drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
The thing is though, that happens every year where
Yeah.
people will sign up, come for like the first term, deal drugs, then drop out, and they've made enough money to pay off the student jet
Yeah.
and profit, and that's how they do it.
Yeah. Bit difficult this year.
Yeah, good luck to them.
I
Yeah.
reckon they'll still pull it off.
Probably knock on doors. Hello, can I just talk to you again?
Do you want drugs?
Do you want drugs today?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
special offers?
crazy. Like the drug industry is just mental.
I still don't get why it's not legalised. Come on.
Legalize it.
Weed,
Yeah.
mate.
I feel like legalize.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
There just needs to be a brand, and then
there just needs to be a
There-
plot.
that I think that's the thing though. There's no brand of weed. Like you got brand of like. I don't know,
Yeah, but you
butter.
can't have like a brand of weed.
That's the first thing that I could think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, but there's no like if you think of weed, there is no
Yeah.
like, there's no name. It's just weed, isn't it?
Yeah, it needs to be pushed by like MPs because it's not like
Mm.
there's not like a massive push for it needed because obviously it's not like hyper illegal or anything.
Mm.
But
I
it's
mean,
just it just
The
needs
effects
pointless.
just aren't
It just seems like
that
pointless.
bad.
Why it's illegal? Like it just seems like a waste of
I
time.
think we're like creeping closer though, because like CBD's been
Mm.
legalized, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
with our government, it's very much like we're not going to do anything unless there's like a good reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're
They're
not-
very like,
like-
I'm not going to do anything until I absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll wait till.
And
I
even
don't know
then-
what would happen that was like, oh, we have to legalize weed. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but I did find out apparently the UK is like the biggest producer of CBD in the world.
I was
So
talking
clearly
about this
it's
yesterday.
like
and it has been for years.
yeah.
Um,
So I mean, how hard would it be to like
and like hemp and stuff.
split the crop or or just
Well, it's not even that. It's just because the thing
Upgrades,
is,
I don't
the people doing that can still, while it's illegal to sell here, they can still profit off it by exporting it.
yeah. I mean, apparently there is like Amsterdam have like the cafes
Mm.
or whatever.
Yeah.
There are some like in London and like the cities and stuff. Just
Yeah.
like you have to like find out about them basically.
right.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, to be fair.
See, when I went to Amsterdam, we went to like so many of them. They're so cool. Like they're all like just like themed off like different things. So like if you go to like a hip hop themed like coffee shop, it's like the coolest thing ever.
I was meant to go to Amsterdam, but then
We all were, remember?
Mm.
COVID.
Oh yeah, do you remember when there was that trip photography trip to Amsterdam.
But it was really
Yeah, I
expensive.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
But it was like 3 times the price, wasn't it? We were just like, can I just meet you there? And he was just like, no.
It's one of those things where like the uni have to organise it as like a group thing, so if they don't get the numbers, and then there was like, it was just like an awkward price for when it was, because it was like if they'd done it at like a start of a term, I feel like people would have been like, we've just got a maintenance loan, like you know what I mean. By the time it gets in a bit, everyone's like,
how much was it again? It was like 500 quid, wasn't it? 400 quid,
something like that.
Yeah.
And
it was like more than it.
Yeah, and if we did it independently, it would cost like 100,
Yeah,
if that. So it's just like, why?
And then, but the other thing they were like they were doing, we can go to Amsterdam or we can go to a Lakes District. So there were some people being like, I don't want to go spend all the money, so I'll do the lesser trip. And then it just kind of folded. It basically just made the numbers where it was like no majority or nothing was good enough. But yeah. So
Amsterdam would have been sick, but then again they were like, yeah, we can go to this gallery and we can do this, and we're like, basically we're just going to get fucked. That's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
A lot of art students in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going to do?
They're going to go clubbing, they're going to go coffee shops.
Yeah.
They'll look at like one gallery and be like, so.
Oh, I see. What were they thinking? Like, oh yeah, they'll all be like sensible.
No, I thought like some people would have been like.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like thinking about it, I thought there would have been like.
Yeah, there would have been.
I wouldn't have taken the piss, but I would have enjoyed myself as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know.
I would have gone to
get
like
the full
clubs and stuff.
experience, you know. You
Yeah.
can't.
Done a lot of shrooms. Gone to the park for the day. See you later, Richard. Or you could come with us if you want. It's up to him.
Yeah, my friend said one of the best things to do is to take like shrooms or like the truffle things and then go to the Van Gogh Museum.
Yeah.
That's like an like scare me. Like
Why?
what I've done. Well, because I think
Weed's a psychedelic.
Well, I think I accidentally did a truffle.
It is like classed as a psychedelic.
Yeah, it is. It's like a low level one.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know what else it would be classed as because it's not exactly like.
I've hallucinated like from smoking weed sometimes. It's happened twice. But
you
I had a
Netflix program on the wrong language for like a bit too long, so
yeah.
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah, and then
What is it about psychedelics though?
Well,
Danny's
basically,
clearly a pro
I
psychedelic
think we
person
worked
given
out.
this project.
I think me and Danny worked it out. Basically, when I went to Amsterdam, like first time, I bought went to a coffee shop, bought brownie, and it was a bit chewy, and it was called space mushroom.
Right.
But we were just.
Yeah.
But, it sounds bad.
already
now,
that just
Wait, did
sounds
you not
sketchy.
know?
Well, me and my mate were just like to the bloke. We were just like, right, we don't really do this. Weed's not our thing.
Yeah, he thought
We're beginners.
right, these boys.
So anyway, he's like, yeah, these are beginners. So it was like, oh, sick. So we took that. I took it in the hostel, and basically nothing was happening for 3 hours. My mate was just alright. He was having a nice time watching Netflix or whatever. And I was just, nothing was happening. So I just thought, right, I'm having the whole thing. So I ate the whole thing. Nothing happened for another hour, and then I just started laughing non-stop for about half an hour, just at nothing. And then it went bad, and I started just tripping. And I thought my mate was about 100 foot tall when I was in the bathroom, and I was like 2 centimetres tall. And I could hear him, I could hear myself just like echoing. And I was just like, oh no. And then these other people came into the room, because obviously it's a hostel, and they just saw me just fucking on my bed, just like monged out, and they were just like, I could hear them talking, saying, "What's that guy doing?" And I was just like, as he's like said it out loud, I was like, I'm on drugs. So yeah, that was great. So yeah, that's why I won't really do a psychedelic.
Yeah.
That's just creeps me out.
But
We
you've done
think
it
it was a
like-
truffle. We think it was a truffle in there.
It sounds like it. To be fair, at least you've tried it, you know.
Definitely not
Against
for me.
his will.
Against my
apparently.
will. I got spiked by a coffee shop.
God. My dad got spiked at his like stag do with like someone put acid in his drink.
Fucking hell!
And he was proper like, so basically that ended the
Tripping
stag.
balls.
Yeah, and he was like, literally he like went in, like my mum had to come pick him up and bring him home and shit, and he was saying something about turtles or something, and then he was like looking out the window like proper like paranoid, like open the windows closed, and he was like, and then he started freaking out. He's like, "Where's Joe? Where's Joe? Where's Joe?" And I was like he's not born yet. I'm still like literally
Oh my god.
like just
That's
like,
weird.
had no clue. Yeah,
It's crazy.
Did he find out who did it?
I don't know. I think they like half know who did it, but it's like
I'll be
you know. What I mean?
fuming. I'll be fuming.
Yeah, man.
At least your dad's tried it now as well against
Maybe,
his
he
will.
can help, maybe he can help Danny with his project.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put that in your research? Just some
Yeah.
some psychedelic research, some practical research
I'm
in
just
there.
gonna talk about your dad and Joe, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
man.
all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the edibles adventure from how many months ago was that? Whenever it was we did that.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, the ones we got.
Yeah,
That was
that was. They went so badly. They just melted.
It
they
wasn't
didn't
great.
melt, they just turned into sand.
Yeah,
And
it
then we were
wasn't
just
even. It was like
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
Yeah,
We should have got one of those little spaghetti machines there.
Yeah, we were thinking of trying it again.
Maybe we actually do the what was it, the decarb whatever it was.
Carbonoxynating.
Yeah, because we
whatever.
just kind of we were like, why didn't we do it? Was it because we didn't have like a
We don't have enough time really. Well, I mean we could, but we're just like, let's just.
Yeah, let's just rush it and do it bad.
yeah. Well, to be fair, trying to just bake something was a nightmare for us because it
And
was
also
like,
we-
do you have a sieve?
No.
No. Why would we have a sieve? Do you
Oh,
have a
yeah.
spoon? Do you have a bowl? No.
Yeah,
No,
it's like we had no
There
tools
needs to be
at
more
all.
preparation.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like a nightmare.
Yeah, we'll prep.
They
it.
did like slightly work. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
I
did-
felt it a bit.
Like I only felt it after like when everyone was leaving, and then I just grabbed like a handful on my way out the door. Like yeah, and then like when I was walking
Scottish
out,
all around his house.
Chewing on that sand.
no, but I, like, God, it did.
Yeah,
really that.
it
But,
didn't- it
And
wasn't
was like
like-
really mellow though. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
it was
anything.
like not strong at all.
Yeah, not much was going on.
It was a fun adventure. It's worth a try.
And I started feeling it when we were watching that cooking program, the weed cooking
Yeah.
program, because it was so funny. Like it was so bad, like such a bad show that it was like hilarious.
Well, the thing is, it was in like Portuguese or something because you guys were like, you got to see the Doctor Who intro in Portuguese. So we watched that and then he because you went home, didn't you?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, apparently it's good for creativity. So I went home to make a song, and basically, I don't know what the effect was, but the effect on me, I was just like well tired, so I just lay in bed like just watching Top Gear for about 3 hours.
Yeah,
I
no,
get
like
so
that.
creative.
But, But yeah, because they were like, you've got to listen to the Doctor Who theme in the Portuguese or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then it was just normal because obviously it doesn't have any words.
Yeah.
So I was like, and they were like, oh,
Yeah,
maybe
so
we
it was
got it
just-
wrong.
It was just the tune, the like, and then at the end it just goes, Doctor Who.
But it was like just as we'd given up on it, we were just like, oh well, guess we got the wrong language. It was like Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
But yeah, and then you put on that like weed cooking Netflix game show thing.
Yeah.
But you left it in the language, and like you were just like locked in on it. And who was it? Jared and Will or whatever were like, "Oh, we're going to Henny's to get some food," and they were like, "Danny, do you want something? Because we're getting stuff." And then I was like, "Oh, I'm fine." And then they're like, "Danny, do you want anything?" Danny. And then you just like after 5 minutes, turn, you're like, "What? Are you guys getting food or something?" It was like, it's like the most ridiculous thing.
I get so like zoned out. It was I was playing basketball with Will. I wasn't even high at that point as well. I was playing basketball in the race course with Will, and Will was trying to say something to me. I just zoned out because I was just listening to music. Like he just had music on a speaker, and I was just.
That's why he got called the daydreamer, mate. Basically.
Honestly, yeah,
I used to daydream all the time, but it just stopped.
yeah. I kind of just zone out a lot of the time.
It's because with daydreaming, you can control your own dreams as well. So that's what I used to do at school. I used to just think, this is bullshit. I'm just gonna have a nice little dream up there, mate.
Yeah, imagination.
Yeah.
I think it's way more fun than real life.
Way more fun than maths lessons,
Yeah.
definitely.
100%.
My maths was cool because they had like the little squares in the book, so you could like draw shit. It was the best book to draw in.
Yeah. Because you had all the straight lines. To
Yeah,
like,
it was perfect. I could draw a mean half pipe in those books. Too. Much better than I could in my English book. Hard. I really don't miss school. The more I think about it, I had a short nostalgia trip, and now I'm over it. Over
that's
already.
it with me.
If I had to go back, I'd just be like, nah.
There's a couple of funny moments, but the rest of it was wank,
yeah.
in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, it was definitely good when it ended.
I thought it was my peak in like 6th form, but no, it wasn't. Peak keeps on coming, mate.
You're still climbing.
Every day I wake up, I'm still climbing.
Going up and up.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'll peak when your brain stops developing.
It
Like,
stopped
that was
developing at
good.
21, I think.
No, it's like 25, dude.
Really? I thought you stopped losing brain cells at 21.
I don't know. I might.
You probably did.
Yeah.
It's all the myths of the head.
All them truffles you've been eating. No.
Yeah, that was
Spiked
the
with.
peak.
I've got one more year, and then
Oh, wait, you're 24. I always
Yeah.
forget that.
yeah, I do.
God. Oh, yeah. You're an old man. Yeah. God.
Having kids soon. Getting married.
I'm not having kids. I'm not having kids till I'm like mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
Yeah, I don't like. I want to sort my life out first before I like have to focus on looking after another life.
No, fair enough. What about you, Joe? When are you going to have kids? What's your life plan, Joe? Lay it out to us.
Well, right, next year, depending on what Corona's going to do.
What, you're having kids next year?
No, I was going to do that thing I was talking about where I was just going to buy like a people carrier and strip the back seats out and put a bed in it.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder where you were going with this. I was like,
Just go travelling.
And just travel around the UK. If
fair enough.
Corona's not that big of a deal, then I have been wanting to go to Japan for like all my life.
Mm.
So I'd definitely go there.
Fair enough.
Mm.
I feel that loads of people want to go to Japan. But
I want to see
so
the car
far.
scene though. I'm not really that arsed about like anime and shit. I want to see car scene and music.
fair enough.
Yeah, I can imagine the cars are.
Mm.
Mental,
Yeah, it's pretty
like,
wild.
Tokyo
Are they just like
Drift.
mad like supercars? And
Yeah, they have there's this massive crew of people that have Lamborghinis, but they put like their pink chrome colours and they have like lights and LEDs flashing on them.
that's cool.
It's just
Yeah.
wavy.
I do like seeing the, do you know Beer Garage in Japan?
Yeah.
Like their stuff's pretty sick. Just I don't know how do you word it? Like not like bare bones, just drift. Guns.
Yeah.
It looks sick as well.
Also, I found this really cool experience in Japan, which I want to do. Basically, it only costs like 100 like quid for like 2 hours, and you just get a go kart and you can just ride around Tokyo.
Fair enough.
And you can wear like Mario. People wear like Mario costumes, and throw bananas at each other. I was just thinking that looks well good.
Do you need a driving license for that?
I've got a driving license.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Danny, dude.
Oh, I'm on my. I'm going
Again,
on my
just mention it all the time.
I'm going on my own,
Oh
probably.
my god, this is your second time.
Second time in about an hour.
After that, I'll probably hopefully move Manchester, maybe, because I can't afford rent in London. So.
Fair enough. Manchester's decent for like photography stuff as well. Because
I think like music photography
Yeah.
as well.
Shit. I don't know where I want to fucking end up, dude. Because like I like Northampton, but also I feel like at some point it's just like
Outgrow it.
yeah, not even necessarily like outgrow it. It's just like you want to see how far you can push it. You know what I mean? Like with photography. So it's like, but also I'm like, I don't know. I have like a love-hate relationship with London. I'm kind of like, okay, it's cool, but then some stuff you go to in London, it's like, is this cool or is it cool because we're in London? You know,
I don't like because it's like the big city.
Yeah, so people will just put on like a shit thing and be like, yeah, it's super cool. Look, you can
Like an
see
edgy
Big
art
Ben
thing.
from here, and you're like, I don't give a shit. Show me some, and there'll be like a picture like that presented as like great art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with London, it's a lot of people who have just got a lot of like financial backing, if you know what I mean. So they've just got pretty much unlimited money to play with, especially in some of the galleries, because a lot of the galleries are either all paid for by themselves or like parents or something, or they know who the owner is, and that's how they get in.
That's the thing with just art and like anything creative though. It's all just like
definitely.
social
Networking
networking
/ money.
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
So definitely the same with like music.
Because it means like some like the best artists aren't even like the best. Well, not like, quote unquote the best, because
they'll barely get.
they never get any limelight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
Like there could be there's some people that think like so out of the box and like
especially with
so
music.
crazy. Yeah, with music especially.
which is like
Music
Yeah,
is going
anything cool.
so downhill recently.
Well, I think it's just the amount of people, the amount of businesses that are just purely looking for money. and making money off musicians. I think it just ruins it a bit, especially with DJs and stuff.
You gotta think now TikTok is a thing, like,
and then the music
industry is just like all pretty much based around that at the moment.
Yeah, because people are trying to design songs specifically to make them go viral on TikTok.
And that happened fast as well, because TikTok's, how long's it been like around?
It's been around
like
for
a year or so.
It's been around for like 5 years,
Yeah,
but it's
it used to be called Musical.ly.
Yeah,
that was it. And
but
you used to sing along to songs.
Yeah, but it blew up, and then like pretty quickly people started making like TikTok songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just straight off the bat.
Because they just saw art money. It was like
they just thought, oh yeah, it'll get me to number one.
I think it's still,
and it works, but
yeah,
it's a bit tragic though. That's what I mean.
It's still good shit out there, but like
your song gets big on TikTok, you are
making cash.
Yeah.
Let's make a TikTok song, guys.
Yeah, I reckon
do it.
Us three just make a collab TikTok.
Yeah,
dance.
We make a TikTok song and we get rich, and then from that you can go to Tokyo.
Yeah.
You can get your driver's license
And get a kid.
Again,
Yeah.
mentioned it again.
And then I don't know. I'll probably just waste it
Skateboard.
on. Yeah, I can get a new skateboard.
Seems like a fair deal. Danny gets driving lessons. I get a holiday to Tokyo. You get a skateboard.
This is a win-win-win.
Yeah.
We've solved the issue. That's the thing. You just
TikTok is the answer.
Agreed.
We need to drop out.
Yeah, right now. It's going to be like that movie.
We could do a Kenny Beats and just not stop making music, and
Not
then eventually
ever.
it'll just be like a banging song. It'll just pop.
True. Like the Laura.
All of them.
Yeah.
If we're
Good luck on that one.
yeah.
For me, to be honest, not you.
Thanks.
Oh, I was saying my music's a bit shit sometimes.
Oh, thanks. You know, you're saying mine's good.
Oh right, yeah.
No, thanks.
I think my music videos are better than my music, to be fair.
I don't think mine's good.
Oh.
I'm reconsidering a lot of mine.
I think a lot of mine are wank. A lot of my stuff's just like half finished.
I do like your stuff. I like your little bit. Yeah, like I like your music videos. Like your new one was pretty sick.
Cheers.
Like the car stuff.
Oh, the car one, yeah.
I think it solves the old one, considering it was like a uni project as well. Like
doubled up sort of thing.
Yeah, which like was perfect because COVID just fucked that project for everyone else. Like I never even uploaded mine to the what was it, like the media gallery or whatever. I was just like, I'm not
finished
showing.
mine just before dinner. COVID happened
Mm.
because I took videos in clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
I was so like.
You had like the best video I've ever done because everyone else was just like dicking around in their garden or whatever, like trying to figure out what. God, I don't miss last year either.
I spent a lot of time on that video, to be fair, so I'm kind of good. It got a lot of good reception.
Yeah.
But I was planning to do like a music club project this year, but probably not.
You could do something like with the car mix, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna do because I got some decent photos. I'll take some more.
I'm gonna do like a graffiti video thing, but I don't know because I want it to be like almost like a skate video, but with graph, if that makes sense. But
for the like presentation stuff, how are you going to talk about presenting it? Because I'm thinking of using
for the project or
I'm thinking of using my music video as well.
I mean, you could do it as screens in the uni, but
Yeah.
or if you just had like a
Anxiety on loop on the big screen.
Everyone just passing out.
It's kind of one of those really annoying things though, because it's like you wanna do like a super cool exhibition, but then in my head I'm like,
is this doable?
Why waste your time thinking about this when it's just gonna end up a virtual thing?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of just like.
I feel like it's gonna be one of them things where eventually they'll build it up a bit more. Like, it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna happen, and then it's just gonna be like, nah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that might happen as well. I kind of want to do mine as like a I don't know what the word, like booth. Like, because you know, remember how they were done in first year where it was like 3 walls?
That's how I
I'd love
wanted
to have
high
it look
anxiety.
like. Pardon?
That's how I wanted high anxiety to be, like a booth. So you step in and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want it to like
What
one
an
person at a
experience.
time.
Do a lot of acid and just walk into that booth. Oh my god, what a nightmare.
That's it.
Literally.
You'd come out a different person. You would just come out fearless. Nothing would ever scare you again.
Fear of heights gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
You are invincible.
How to cure everything.
Yeah. Joe Joyce's music or Jago J's music, you could take over the world now.
I reckon you'd come out violent.
Just walk
Hurt
out
someone.
and Conor McGregor launches chairs at people.
I wonder if that would affect your grade. You'd be like, well, it was really good until people started punching each other, Joe. I don't know what you did there.
You just talk about the emotional backlash you had on
Yeah.
it. It's really effective.
Fuck everyone, who cares?
That's the most powerful piece of artwork in the world.
It's like, what is it, movie 43 or something, where it changes the whole world.
Yeah.
Wait, what was movie 43? I remember that.
It had quite a big cast, but it was genuinely one of
Johnny
the worst
Knoxville in
things.
it?
Everyone was in it, like Stephen Merchant
Yeah, I
was in
remember
it. for some
adverts
reason.
for it and shit.
But it was such a weird, crap film.
Wasn't it just like a bunch of like little films? If I
Yeah.
remember someone saying. Yeah, what?
I think I've got it. I've got it downloaded on my Xbox, and it's just like, why is this a thing?
I forgot that existed.
Yeah. But it did have like apparently I can remember watching someone made like a video on it because it was like a weird thing where it was hyped up and apparently it was like a sketchy like they got one celebrity on and then they'd use like that thing to be like, well, this person did it and you want to be as big as this person, and then they get like another celebrity to be in it, and then it would just like, and they just put it together. And it's like the shadiest, weirdest thing ever. I wonder how much money it made.
I think it
banged.
lost.
Really?
Wait, you're on about movie 43?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it lost. I'll have a look actually.
Yeah. Look it up. Because I feel like, I don't know. I don't know anyone who actually went and saw it.
No, I just watched it on Xbox.
Yeah. So I now know one person who bought it. Like,
Joe Joyce.
yeah.
We watched Project X last night.
Oh yeah.
Have you
Break
seen
it
that?
down.
Have you
I
seen
don't
it?
know. No,
You've
I
never
don't
seen
think
Project
so.
X? It's like a classic.
Is it?
It's
Harmony?
about like a massive house party.
Who directed it? Was it Harmony Korine?
No idea.
It was really good though. I mean, I love it. It
Quentin
actually made money. It
Tarantino.
made 30. It made 30 mil US dollars.
How much did it cost? I feel like
Budget
it's
was
dirty.
6.
Oh shit! So it made like 20 mil.
Yeah.
Damn. Making a movie like that just to make cash must be pretty easy. Not
It
gonna lie.
has
if you can
4
make
stars on IMDb. That is low.
Wait,
so many.
IMDb's out of 10, isn't it? Not.
Yeah.
I thought it was out of 5. I was like, whoa,
Oh,
what
no,
the
no.
fuck? That's crazy.
It's got such a massive cast though.
Yeah, wasn't Hugh Jackman in it and shit?
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane, Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet, Roy
Jesus
Jenkins. There's loads of people, and it's just like, why? Why?
Oh, that is a bizarre film, to be fair. Anyway, should we wrap up this podcast?
Yeah, sure.
We've been talking about movie 43.
We've just been going off on a tangent.
When you go on movie 43, you know.
There's nowhere else but down.
Yeah.
We peaked at movie 43. Anyway,
Yeah.
Danny Decao.
It was nice being a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First guest appearance on anything.
Amazing.
Here it is, my
Yeah.
debut.
This is the first one out of the studio as well.
Oh really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Home visit.
An out call.
Podcast on the road.
Yeah. But anyway, Danny Decao and
Joe George.
Joe Joyce,
Signing
aka
out.
Jago J.
Signing out.